What's up, guys? Before we jump in, if you aren't already listening to the Will Mosley podcast, you definitely should be. It is literally the best way to enjoy my content. You can go on, your commute to work, in the bath, in the shower, anywhere, whatever you're doing. You literally can press play on your podcast, and just have me rolling with you. So wherever, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all the places you can consume a podcast, Will Mosley Podcast. All right, let's jump in now. What is it? 1, 2, 3, YouTube. EOD, end of document. Let's just say embed. And then we're going to end that one. I'll explain this code in 2 seconds, sorry. Okay, what the hell is this and why and how and all this stuff? So, what's going on here is, pull that back. There's a couple different ways that we can write out HTML code within PHP. One of those is using render or something along those lines and kind of concatenating it with dot in each line. You can write it out by escaping it every single time, or you can use something that's called what the hell is this damn thing called? It's I can't remember the exact name for it, but you can use any word you want. This could be EOD, this could be yo, or whatever, as long as there's this end word and these 3 hard carets. You can put whatever you want in this HTML and then pull it out. Now the question is this going to, it supposedly accepts basic HTML variables, but maybe not. So we might have to go back to our render and concatenation, whatever you want to call it, and that's completely fine. It's just several different ways of doing it. The reason why I opted to just do this was I can take this div class container or whatever, div class equals container, and then tab, like basic HTML div, and then we can use this class video right here, remove our width, and we can see if that works. It may not. The variable itself may not go within this. I think it does, but it's possible it doesn't. If not, it's fine. We'll just change it back. So make sure everything's good. ID is still fine. We're telling it to be, we'll just call this embed, so we're a little bit more descriptive. Iframe's still good. We changed a class, and then we're going to apply our CSS in our code. And pretty much what this is also doing is this is giving a container that's 100%, and then it's telling this to be kind of like full, init, absolute, whatever. So let's see if we broke anything. Copy. And like I was saying before, I highly recommend doing this stuff on a dev, but since it's my own personal website and I feel as though I can operate and do this fairly quickly, whatever. So what's going to happen is it should be, let's see, invalid body indent. Oh, it doesn't like indentions. Let's see, copy. Parse error. Parse error. Save. Okay, so it didn't like, where'd it go? This right here, I think also is the issue. Oh, right there, that little tiny right in that little right there. It has to be at the very end of the line. It's either that one or this one. One of those. It's just a syntax thing. It's just like a thing where it's like you gotta follow the rules. Pull this over. Let's see if this is that reason or if it's the other one. All right. So that's right. We haven't applied our CSS yet. It's auto playing. But you see that this is the difference between like doing it for a long time and just an hour or two long headache of just like, what the hell is this? Why is it not working? That little tiny space, this line has to be, you can't have anything else on it. Like immediately after it, you have to close this. That's, I don't know. Anyways, so how else could we have written this? I'm just going to show this just because, whatever. We could have done, actually, no, let's not jump into that. I'm just going to put the CSS in here. I don't care. Let's put in Beaver Builder. Let's go ahead and go into Beaver Builder. And throw a little bit of CSS in this thing. Global. We could do this as a layout, but nope, don't want it as global. I could have written like this exact same thing too, or something similar, but a lot of times you can find some good padding bottom code that you can just manipulate on the web. Let's see what happens here. Well, our thing expanded, but if you noticed up here, all this started to become wonky and weird. Well, why is that? Possibly because we're using, let's just call this YouTube wrapper, right? Instead of using video, which is, there's someone else that's probably using this, like that's hard. Let's say YouTube video. That way we don't like destroy any weird stuff. Like video and container are globally used by different things, so this is, in a sense, this is smart to be like, oh, basic, but you gotta adapt it because it's not. So we're gonna come back in here, we're gonna call this, I don't know, YouTube container. We're gonna call this, what do we say, YouTube video, and then we'll see what we got after that. And if you have like any questions, feel free to throw them in the comments or whatever, and I'll try to answer them as best I can as I continue with this. I don't, for some of it, for like some of the streams, it doesn't show like the names or anything like that, so if you put your name and question, then I can, better respond. Let's see, functions, paste, save, and let's see if this works. All right, that's it. It's over. If you are in need of an e-commerce store, we all need to be able to sell online, especially in these crazy times with the pandemic going on. You can go over to heywillmosley.com to get a quote, and I'll hook you up. We'll make it happen. All right, catch you on the next one. Peace.